Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Julia Royston at BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, as well as For the Kingdom Ministries, building people to build the kingdom and helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. So, this is the day that the Lord hath made. We shall rejoice and we shall be glad in it. Now, I don't know about others, excuse me, other speakers or people who preach or who do ministry, but I had this morning's video recorded, scheduled, and ready to go live. And then I had other stuff I had to do. But you gonna get what I thought was supposed to be for today. And then all of a sudden, everything changed, and God said, "No, this is what you're gonna talk about today." Okay. He had given it to me before, but he's like, "No, not that." No, he rearranged my schedule. He knew what he wanted, but he rearranged my schedule. So the topic today is lunch, boat, house, and you. Lunch, boat, house, and you. So I'm going to keep on going because it looks like I'm having a little network issues today, but here we go. Lunch, boat, house, and you. Jesus used everything. He used everything to teach. He used everything to um, help people. He used everything for the kingdom. Anything and everything Jesus used for the kingdom. When he was talking to shepherds, he was talking about sheep. When he was talking about building, because he was raised the carpenter's son, and so therefore, he just constantly used anything. Jesus is and always will be the master teacher. Jesus is and always will be the master teacher. So, um, so the first thing is the lunch. We know the famous story of the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, taken from Matthew 14 and 17. We hungry. We got all these people. Jesus, they getting hungry. The natives are restless. I don't know about you. When I get hungry, I'm not a very pleasant person to be around. Usually I become quiet, but if I get really hungry, I'm not really a happy camper. So, you hungry? And sometimes I'm hungry and Mr. Royce is not hungry. So that becomes contention. But he knows when I say I'm hungry, I can always fend for myself, but we're out and about and he doesn't look like he's going through no drive through. It's not pleasant. And so therefore, when you have thousands of people, 5,000 fed the 5,000, but some theologians say that doesn't include the women and children. So that's a whole lot of people. But when they ended it, by the time Jesus got a hold of it, they had 12 baskets left over. They didn't bring no food. They didn't bring, they didn't have enough. They were like, go through the crowd, see who's got something. So whatever is in your hands, you can place it in Jesus' hands, in God's hands, your life in God's hands. And this time it was a lunch. Little boy said, "Well, I got this little lunch, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. I got 2 fish and 5 loaves. That's all I got. And bring it to me." And about the time Jesus blessed it and broke it, everybody got full. If you have leftovers, that means whatever we were having filled me and I didn't need nothing else. I'm good. When I get full now, I might not be a happy camper when I'm hungry. Some people say hangry and hungry, but when I'm hungry, when I'm hangry, that's not good. If I'm hungry, I can wait a little bit. Oh, I can wait till the next exit. Oh, did you find the Chick-fil-A? Okay, good. I can. But when I'm hungry, I'm rooting through the snack basket to see what's in there because I can't necessarily wait on the next exit. But they had 12 baskets left over because everybody was full. Isn't that a beautiful thing to be full? Oh, it's wonderful. It's an awesome thing to be full. No more. I can't take anymore because I put it in Jesus' hands. So now I'm filled up. I'm not empty to the full overflowing. I'm good. And then another time, I said a boat, and no offense to Simon, I know he was a master fisherman. I should have said ship instead of boat. But he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon, and he said, "Yeah, push me away from the land." Those were Simon's ships, not Jesus's. So the first time he borrowed a lunch. I'm just going to do three because they're the Bible already told us that if we had an account for everything Jesus did in the 33 years or the 3.5 years of ministry, it wouldn't be able to fill all the books. So this is just a snack box, as it say, and thrust him out a little land, and he sat down and taught the people from the ship. So they're on land, and he pushed the ship out, which is bigger than a boat. Pushed the ship out. So therefore, not only the words that he spoke, but it had to be magnified. There was no electronic microphone or a megaphone. Jesus's voice was enough. But of course, in Jesus speaking, hopefully everybody was quiet so they could hear whatever he was speaking. So he borrowed Simon's ship, not a boat, but a ship, and moved out a little farther from the land which the people were standing on to teach the people. So he used the lunch, he used the ship. And then, now, some people might have a problem with this, but of course, the way the houses were done back then was different. The rich people had the bricks and the storm, stones and everything. But some other people might have had very basic thatched roofs. So when we think about they uncovered the roof, it may have been, of other material and not hard brick. But imagine inviting Jesus to your house. Okay. With Jesus coming. Oh my gosh, Jesus coming. Oh, okay. And Jesus is coming, and the house is completely filled. It's not Jesus' house, it's somebody else's house. Filled with people. Bringing people who were sick, lame. Jesus can heal them. Absolutely. It's like being at a revival, and then you have to not only start putting the kids on your laps, and then you have to start getting chairs down the aisle. And then in the country, they used to say, man, the men stand around the walls. Country or city, sometimes the place is so small, you got to start standing around the walls. Then some people, when my uncle was preaching in Lebanon, and he had been in Texas, and he came home, and they wanted him to come and and preach in Lebanon. And this was the night that my first pastor died. Because when we got home, my father wasn't home. We got home really, really late. And at the church that time was really small, nice church, but it was small. And because my uncle was coming to preach and he had been a pastor there, everybody came. People came from far and near. And it not only went from standing up and chairs down the aisle, it went to the men. Literally, they raised the windows and they went outside. And the men stood outside, still listening to my uncle preach. They had kids on the pulpit. It was crazy. I had the time of my life listening to it and watching it, and I can still see it to this day, as well as the humongous meal that they prepared afterwards. That's the reason why we didn't get back home until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Because the fellowship and the love, and my aunt and uncle in town, and then they were staying with us at the time, and they usually stayed at our house. They family, they want to stay at the house. So you invite Jesus over, and it's so crowded that nobody else can get in the house. Nobody else. Like the men in Lebanon, they had to stand outside. They had a sick man with 4 friends, and they literally, it says they uncovered the roof where he was. So Jesus done borrowed somebody's house. Somebody invited him over. He was in, now his house done turned into a tent revival. I mean, a revival, not tent, but it done turned into house church, house service. I've been to those too. And literally, his 4 friends took the roof off. Now, I'm quite sure it said uncovered the roof. So it didn't say they had tools and it was dismantling, but it was just still, we got to put the roof back on. When we're done, when the man he walks, Jesus heals him and he walks out of the building. So we got to replace the roof, put the roof back on. So, Jesus had borrowed the lunch. He done got on somebody's ship. He done had them. They done turn to get to Jesus. They done tore the roof off. Now, I know some people are very particular about their houses. They're very like, no, no, we can't, no, y'all can't come over. Oh, you have to step outside. Oh, you got to take your shoes off. Oh, I got white carpet. Oh, I got white furniture. Oh, I got, but it never says that the wife went irate through the house because they uncovered the roof. It didn't say that the owner of the house got mad because they had to uncover the roof. The objective was get to Jesus. The objective was we put the roof back on later. I mean, like, really, might have been a thatched roof, might have been, leaves, might have been palm. I don't know, but we can fix that. The objective is to get to Jesus. The objective, if he can touch us, if he don't, one man said, no, I'm not worthy that you even come to my house. Speaking of house, he said, I'm not even worthy for you to come to my house. You just speak the word, and I know that everything will be all right when I get home. You don't even have to come. No. You don't have to come. Just speak it. That's my prayer. I hold on to that because there's some things in my life that I'm like, God, you could just speak that into existence. You don't even have to. I don't need no big sign. I don't have to go on no 3-day fast. When you're done, just speak it, and then it can be done. I believe God like that, but He doesn't because He's teaching me something, and I'm learning something so I can teach somebody else. Whoo! I'm gonna come on out of that, and then you. Okay, so let's talk about that. And you're like, well, that's in biblical time. Well, lunch, whatever. People gonna share their lunches. I share my lunch. I don't have a ship. That's a mode of transportation. That today could be a car, could you be your business. But are you willing to let Jesus use you? That's next. You. Are you willing to let him use what you have in your hand? He gave it to you. He can give you something else. He can give you something better. He can give you might not even need it anymore. But are you open to God using what you have? Are you open to God using what you have in your hands? So recently at masterclass, I was teaching, and I usually start with what you got, what you got, because the Bible clearly says over and over again, what's it, back to Moses. He said, "What's in your hand?" He said, "Rod." Stretch it out. What's in your hand? He didn't go say, make a rod. He didn't go say, go find this. No, what's already in your hand. I can use what's already in your hand. I can use what you already do. I can use what you already have. I know you go around, well, I wish I was. I wish I was. I've often said, the one thing I'm asking for is to be a size 8 when I get to heaven. And I can just eat anything and I can stay a size 8. But in the meantime, I've never been a size 8. I still say, but I've never been a size 8. But what I have in my hand has nothing to do with the size of my body. It's my brain, it's my heart, it's my spirit. It's the grace he's given me, the ability to create. So what's in my hands, I'm seeking to use everything that he put in my hands. But what's in your hands? Can he use what's in your hands? Are you going to be selfish and hold it just to me, my house, my kids, me for no more? Or what? Or can he launch you out into the deep? Push you away from land and have you launch out into the deep? Can he use your house? Can he use your ship, your boat, your car, your business, your brain, your mind? Will you say yes? Will you obey? Just because they went through and found the little boy's lunch, the little boy yielded his lunch freely. Now, I didn't say the disciples snatched the lunch and told the little boy shut up and sit down. No. The little boy said, well, okay. Well, we found the little boy who's got a lunch, and the little boy yielded the lunch. So are you willing to yield your lunch, your time, your talent, your treasure in a way that is beneficial to him? Not abuse, not, you know, somebody using you in a wrong way. I'm talking about God here. I'm talking about his plan, his provision. And sometimes it looks like, what? But when you place yourself, your life in his hands, little becomes much. Do not despise small beginnings. But whatever he tells you to do, move it. Move on it. Move on it quickly. We're in the end time. We know that. It's now or never. What you waiting on? Now I realize life be life, and life got a whole lot of things going on. I get that. I'm with you all day long, baby. I got you. But at the end of the day, seeing Jesus going to heaven, doing what he has you to do while you're still here on earth. If you're still here living and breathing and above ground, and the old folks say not 6 feet under, there's an assignment that he has on your life. There's something he wants you to do and something he has for you. And it's in your hands. Use it for his glory. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. I beseech you, I beg you, I encourage you, I motivate you, but it's still left up to you to present yourself and say, as Isaiah 6:8 says, and I also heard of the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? Who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And that's an individual affair, Bishop Schultz said. That, you will, you shall, you won't, you shan't, but that's an individual affair. That's something you have to decide and determine. I asked God myself, like, why do you, I love the creative process. And that's probably the reason why he asked me to write certain things, even the difficult book that I'm writing right now. But he said it's because you will. You're not the best at it. You're not the greatest at it, but you will. You're getting better all the time. You're getting better every day. Well, I'm not as good as so and so. I haven't sold as many as so and so. I haven't done as much as so and so. I haven't graduated. No, what is in your hands? What do you have? The old song, the famous Thomas Whitfield song. No, Tommy's song. I'm sorry. Uh, Lord, I'm available to you. I always think of Thomas Whitfield, but no, that's not that. But the famous song, Lord, I'm available to you. My will I give to you. I'll do what you say. Do use me, Lord, to show someone the way and enable me to say, my storage is empty and I am available to you. I'm giving it all to you. That's what he gave me. That's what he told me. So the lunch, the boat, the house, but most importantly, he wants you. Jesus used everything, and he definitely wants to use you so that you can live your best life. Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. And then coming up at 11 is the Spike Davis and Friends show. Tune in for Last Music and More. Tuesdays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Book Business Boss Show. We are on season 4, and we're talking about the book business. So if you've ever thought about writing a book, and as much as we've been, I've been doing this 17 years, there are still people who say, well, I thought about it, but I don't know where to start. I don't jump on in. The replays are the Book Business Boss Podcast.com. That's Book Business Boss Podcast.com is where the replays are. So all of season 1, 2, and 3 are there. The majority of season 4 is there because I'm still in the middle of the season. The first half is already uploaded for the replays. So get your pen and paper. Let's make it happen. Envision-radio.com, celebrating 5 years. 5 years. Congratulations in all that you do. Where can you find some of Joey Royston's books? Next Chapter Bookstore Gift Shop inside Ben's Boys in Greensboro, North Carolina. Brew and Siv Coffee Bar. I'm on my way there this morning. 2860 Packer Lane Way. And then the Garden of Reading Book Closet in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's a new spot, 8601 East 10th Street. And then Book Nerd Fam, it's a mobile bookstore. Find where they are on Facebook. Book Nerd, Nerd Fam is the name of it. And then also another online bookstore and mobile book fair, The Amazing Corner. So it's theamazingcorner.com. Find out where they are, where that store primarily has Terrence the Terrific. So that's a tween middle grade series. It's currently 5 books. Hopefully, I'll get to 6 and 7 very shortly. But that's I know that's definitely what they have. So I'm headed to Brew and Sip this morning for drop off some books and enjoy their brunch. That's what I'm looking forward to. Coming up, where am I going to be? Where am I going to be? October is outstanding and moving. So October 9th through the 12th, y'all pray for me because 4 days, never done a 4 day. Not outside festival. Ooh, we'll see how I go. Booth B88 near Bank and Market Street, October 9th through the 12th. Harvest Homecoming in New Albany, downtown New Albany, Indiana. They just basically take over New Albany. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that all works. And then Tuesday, October 14th. This is one of those classes that I really want to do um, for authors because they, social media for authors, but it doesn't matter whether you're an author or business owner. I'm finding that social media and promotion for even business owners is a struggle. So come on in. Even if you haven't written a book and you're a business owner, let's jump on in and see how it go. And believe you me, I can accommodate everybody who comes on in. October 14th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night, RoystonClasses.com. And then I'm headed to Houston, Texas, National Black Book Festival, October 24th through the 25th in Houston, Texas. On the 24th, I'm a part of 2 sessions. The book, The Brand, writing the book that builds the brand. We'll be talking about your brand book, promotion, what you've written, what you stand for, all of that, your personal brand and business brand. And then publishers panel. I'm usually the moderator for that, but I'll be a part of the publishers panel. So you're interested in finding out more information from actual publishers and you're in the Houston area or can get to Houston, October 24th and 25th. I don't know if there's still any author tables available, but go to the National Black Book Festival and find all that information out. But I'll be there October 24th to the 25th. I think that's, as I say, I have more upcoming announcements, but what's in your hands? Use it for God's glory. Lend it to Him. Yeah, it's not going to be all peaches and cream. The enemy may come and attack you. They use people you like, them, but don't worry about that. The safest place in the whole wide world is in the will of God and doing what He called you to do. I'm Dr. Julia Royston, BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, as well as For the Kingdom Ministries. My job on this Sunday morning is to build people to build the kingdom. If you have a book and you need help with it, let's have a conversation. Talkwithroyston.com. That's the best way to contact me. People ask all the time, so how can people reach out to you and have a conversation? Talkwithroyston.com. That's the best way. Then everything else, all my other online stores, websites, etc., go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. That's JuliaAKRoyston.com. You all be blessed. Have a phenomenal week. Be blessed. Bye-bye.